Hi, I'm Lam. Welcome back to Keeping Up with the Queen. Today, we are going to do 4 eye looks using one palette. And the palette is, of course, Natasha Denona Bronze Eyeshadow Palette. So I did an in-depth review, swatch, and demo video about it. I will link it down in the description box below, so you need to check it out. I went in depth into the shade range, the formula, the finishes. I talk about how I feel about it, and I did a demo using the shades that I would normally use on a daily basis. And then I also compared this palette to the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And today, we are specifically coming here to do 4 looks using this one single palette. For Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette, she does the thinking for you. So you can use a quad, a row, a column, or go this way, diagonally I guess, and you will have a completely perfect look. So she thinks about it for you already with the finishes, with the colors, and they would match up to become a complete look. So I thought today we'll follow that because last time we didn't. I thought we would do a very peachy, more natural, more fresh, springtime, summertime kind of a look. And then we are going to use this, go down right here, go down this row, okay? And then we are going to do a bronzy look, but it's darker, it's a little more intense than a daily friendly, maybe. And yeah, because it's a bronze palette, we have to do a bronze look. And we are going to do a diagonal, and we're gonna go this way right here using these 3 shades. Hopefully it will complete a nice look. Thirdly, we're going to do a red look because you see this corner right here. We're gonna use this quad. And finally, we are going to do a smoky purpley look, and we are going to go this row. How's that? I thought that was perfect. Each look, I am going to use the exception of this dark shade right here, deep dive, because you know, even though you use a quad or a row, you should be able to use the shade to deepen up the look. So that's the exception I would make for all the looks. So I can go into deep dive because what I do normally is I use a dark brown or black shade to do eyeliner to deepen out the crease anyway. So I think that is a reasonable exemption to make. Let's get into the look. Right now I'm going to prime my eyelids first. I'm going to use the Color Tattoo from Maybelline in Arbonite to prime both of my eyes because this is a peachy shade, and I'm going to do a peachy look first and then a bronzy look first. They're both really warm. I thought this color will go perfectly with them. I don't know if this method is good for filming, but this is how I'm gonna try it out today. And we're gonna start with this eye first. Let's do this column here in the middle, and I will start the look with Sundown. Using this big brush, big fluffy brush, dip into Sundown. And we are going to just apply it all over the crease. I mean all over the lid. You know, I like to put a little shadow in here. For this look, I like it to be very blended because it's meant to be a more daily friendly look. Very, very nice. I will pack it on the lid a little bit. Then I'll use a smaller flat brush and use the same Sundown to run on the lower lash line. And I'll make sure that it's really blended. I'm going to use the shade Bliss, which is a dual chrome. It's a pink shimmer with a like a green or gold undertone, and it's gonna make it really peachy. Put it all over the lid. Wherever the light hit it, it's going to shift. Do you see that? Sometimes it's pink, sometimes it's green. Gorgeous. I'm going to use the shade Alloy, which is right in the middle right here. Picking that up with the flat brush. I'm going to run that on the lower lash line. And then I'm getting a little bit of sundown and intensify it a little bit. I'm going to use Alloy again for my inner corner highlight. We are going to dip into deep dive with a flat eyeliner brush. You know, for what? You see how easily it is to blend? It's amazing. Here I use a little bit more of sundown to intensify the outer corner of the lower lash line, and this is the finished peachy look. Next, let's do the bronzy look now. I am going to go into this diagonal using suntan, alloy, and silk to do a bronze look on this eye. First of all, I'm going to use this time a little bit of a smaller blending crease brush to dip into suntan, because this is a little more intense of a transition shade, so I don't want it to be everywhere like previously. So we're just gonna focus it on the outer corner, but also all over the lid. But the thing is that I am not going to blend it everywhere like the last look. Now, using the same brush, we're going into deep dive to deepen the outer corner. Being very, very careful, taking a little bit at a time and build it up slowly. Blending brush, clean, nothing on it. Flat brush, suntan on the lower lash line, blending it out quite a bit. A little bit of deep dive. Now I'm going to use my finger and I'm dipping in silk. I'm going on the upper lash line. Wow. My god, I think I need to calm it down with alloy. On the outer. Flat brush, silk, a little bit on the inner corner, and I'm going to use alloy for the inner corner highlight. Alright, I'm going to deep dive and I'm trying to deepen it up a little more. And then suntan just to round everything up. This is how it looks. I thought they would look more different, but they're not. So I'm a little bit like, I don't know how I feel about that. So let's get on to the third and the final look. and I will come back for the final thoughts. For the next look, I thought I will do a red, kind of a smoky look. So this time I'm going to focus on a quad as we discussed before. I'm going to focus mainly on this quad right here. I already primed my eye using the Urban Decay original eyeshadow primer. Now I'm going to dip into the shade Magma, which is the red shade right here, with a flat kind of brush. Very, very pigmented right away. Okay, and then I'm going to dip into the shade Suntan. I flip the side of the brush. Going to apply it from the inner out. Wow. Okay. Now I'm dipping more into Magma, and I will intensify the outer corner. Okay, and then now I will use this fluffy side, and I will blend the edges a little bit. We'll take a little bit of suntan, and I'll put it in here, underneath my brows, because I learned this trick from Natasha herself. On one of her tutorials, she said that if you have a lot of space between your two eyes, it's good to use this method to create depth. I'm going to dip a little bit of the fluffy brush into suntan, which is the sun is setting on me. And then I'm just gonna blend out the under lash line, because I'm going a little bit for like a moody kind of a look today. I'm going to dip into high degree. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. I'm gonna just tap. Oh my god. Blend it in to the other shade. For a little bit of fun for this look, I'm going to dip into this shade right here, True Copper, with the pencil brush, and I'm gonna draw a little bit like a teary thing right underneath. Suntan, and we're gonna add surrounding the shade with darkness. And for the inner corner, I thought I will use the red shade High Degree for a little bit of an inner corner pop. Wow. So I added some eyeliner, and oh my god, this is the finished look. So I thought for this eye, I will do the purple look, and for this I'm gonna stick with the whole first row. So I will try to use every single shade on the first row, mainly these two, to create that smoky purple look. I'm going to use a big fluffy brush, and first I'm going to dip into Sundown, lay it all over. Once again, doing the things that I like to do. This is a beautiful shade. More pointy, kind of a crease brush, and I'm going to dip into Sundown. I'll focus more closely to the crease. My plan is to probably use a darker shade to to apply it up to the crease. So this one I will just apply barely across, barely on top of my crease. I'm going to once again dip into Sundown with a bigger fluffy brush. I'm going to blend it out, everything, once again. I'm going to use a flat brush, Deep Dive, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to put it all over my eyelid. So I'm going to use the same brush, the flat brush that I previously used for the first look and Deep Dive. Oh yeah, this is much better. I should have used this from the beginning. Really flicking it upward. I'm going to use a liner brush, Deep Dive. Now I'm really gonna draw it. Like that. Now that we have a very sharp upper lash line, I'm going to use the Deep Dive and the liner brush to draw a line on the lower lash line to see if it will look good or not. I want to do more upper lash line. I want it to be a little closer to each other. Wow. I love that. Rhodium, which is this purpley shade at the end. And I'm going to use my finger. Look at that. I'm going to put it on my inner corner. Or maybe I'll just put it in the middle of the upper lash line. Upper lid, I mean. It takes a little bit of build up, but that's alright. Wow. Having Deep Dive as a base. That's gorgeous. And I'm gonna use that for my inner corner. That's pretty, but you see how it's really understated? It's not like a crazy shade. I'm actually going to do a little bit of this right here. I'm gonna use True Copper. To connect the look together. So I'm getting a little bit of rhodium on top of that True Copper shade, just so that everything is like more cohesive. So this is the finished look for this eye. I did add a little bit of Urban Decay glitter. This is the Space Cowboy, and that just brings everything to life, and I am so happy with it. So this is the finished look. I know I look crazy right now, but at the same time I really like how it comes out. I think it looks really cool. I'm not claiming to be a makeup artist by any mean. I'm simply just having fun and learning at the same time. I really love the looks that I have created in this palette. Love. Let's get into the final thoughts after I did 4 looks. I did the other 2 looks previously on different days, so I already know. I expected this palette to have a little more variation than it actually does. I was very excited previously when I did the other two looks because they were really different. Maybe it's the way that I do my eye makeup. I'm happy with this palette. I'm happy with the pigmentation, the blendability. I wish that each look I come up with looks a little more different, but I understand this is a bronze palette and it is themed out. So they are majority very warm. Now that I did the four looks, the purple looks, I think it's a little familiar with my Pat McGrath Platinum Bronze palette because it has like a purple smoky vibe. So I wonder if I could do a battle between this palette and the Pat McGrath to see who can do a smoky purple better. That is the conclusion of this video. Thank you so much for watching it. I hope it's helpful for you to see how the colors and how the palette was used in different ways that it was intended to be used. And please leave me a comment letting me know your thoughts about the looks that I came up with and how should I use this palette so that I get better results. If you know, and if you have any recommendations for me to try out regarding eyeshadow palettes, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future uploads. And I hope you have a great day. I'll let you go. Remember, don't flop.